ending the Zoot suit fashion and riots 1930 to 1940.
Zoot suit riots were a series of conflicts that occurred in June 1943 in Los Angeles between U.S. servicemen and Mexican-American youths, the latter of whom wore outfits called Zoot suits. The riots took their name from the baggy suits worn by many minority youths during that era, but the violence was more about racial tension than fashion. American servicemen and white Angelenos attacked and stripped children, teenagers, and youths who wore Zoot suits, ostensibly because they considered the outfits, which were made from large amounts of fabric, to be unpatriotic during World War I. Rationing of fabrics and certain foods was required at the time for the war effort. While most of the violence was directed toward Mexican-American youth, African-American and Filipino-American youths who were wearing Zoot suits were also attacked. A Zoot suit, occasionally spelled Ziot suit, is a men's suit with high-waisted, wide-legged, tight-cuffed, pegged trousers, and a long coat with wide lapels and wide padded shoulders. There were regulations prohibiting the manufacturing of Zoot suits, but a network of bootleg tailors continued to manufacture them. This exacerbated racial tensions, as Mexican-American youths wearing the Zoot suits were seen as un-American because they were deliberately ignoring the rationing regulations. The riots began on June 3, 1943, after a group of sailors stated that they had been attacked by a group of Mexican-American Zoot suiters. As a result, on June 4 a number of uniformed sailors chartered cabs and proceeded to the Mexican-American community, seeking out the Zoot suiters. What occurred that evening and in the following days was a series of conflicts primarily between servicemen and Zoot suiters. Many Zoot suiters were beaten by servicemen and stripped of their Zoot suits on the spot. The servicemen sometimes urinated on the Zoot suits or burned them in the streets. One local paper printed an article describing how to dezoot a Zoot suitor, including directions that the Zoot suits should be burned. The worst of the rioting occurred on the night of Lune 7, when thousands of servicemen and citizens prowled the streets of downtown Los Angeles, attacking Zoot suiters as well as members of minority groups who were not wearing Zoot suits. Remarkably, no one was killed during the riots, although many people were injured. The fact that considerably more Mexican Americans than servicemen were arrested, upward of 600 of the former, according to some estimates, fueled criticism of the Los Angeles Police Department's response to the riots from some quarters.